All right, everyone. So in this video, we're going to be going over the crypto markets, the current market dip, as well as some major crypto news and some big NFT news as well. We just actually had the biggest CryptoPunk sale in terms of USD value. So I do want to talk about that. Last time that did happen, we did see a huge surge in NFT volume in the entire space. Lots of big things coming for NFTs also. So before we jump into the video, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified for regular crypto videos. All right, guys, so we do have a small dip in the markets today. Nothing too bad. We do have Bitcoin down around 4%, Ethereum down at 6%, but Ethereum did hold up much better in that flash crash that we did have that we talked about last video. So Ethereum holding up strong. Lots of other altcoins holding up pretty strong as well. So pretty much the entire market is down a few percent, up to 10% on smaller altcoins. So like we've talked about previously, when Bitcoin and Ethereum do have a dip, generally the small cap altcoins dip further. But when we're going up in a general uptrend, small cap altcoins that have big events coming up generally do go up more as well. We do have to keep that in mind for our entry and exit strategies. So I'm not too worried about this small dip. There is a lot of fear in the market. I do want to talk about that as well. If we check out fear and greed index here, we can see we're at 24, which is extreme fear. And the last couple days we were just in regular fear. Last month we were in the greed. So that is something to consider until we get some big news happening and the price starting to continue in a general uptrend. We probably are going to continue in this fear section, and we have a lot of new retail investors in the space, and any type of fear in the space does shake out a lot of retail investors. So we do have a lot of news articles over the last couple days spreading fear. Only adding to the fear is not helping the situation. But regardless, we do have a lot of new investors getting into the space, and we are holding up pretty strong. So financial advisor warns crypto is one of the biggest bubbles ever, says it's going to be ugly. So we've been having people say this ever since the inception of Bitcoin over 10 years ago, and Bitcoin continues to climb. Historically, if you bought Bitcoin at the beginning of this year or any time before that, you're in profit, so you do have to keep that in mind. So anytime there is some fear in the markets, we tend to see more articles like this that tend to play on people's fear and just make it worse. So you do have to expect this going forward. If you are new to the crypto space, just understand this fear and greed index and have a good entry and exit strategy, and you're going to be just fine. So another thing here, I do want to point out, Plan B did post this when we did have the flash crash. We can see leading into the peak of the bull run, end of 2017, Bitcoin had many different flash crashes like this and quickly started recovering. So the first big one here was 38% drop, which was around how much we dropped the other day in that flash crash. Another 38, another 33%, another 38%, 36%, and even 29% before things hit all-time highs. So going into a peak bull market, you do have to expect this because everyone's going to be taking profit along the way here. We do have to keep in mind how much profit people are actually in. Any little bit of fear will make a lot of these people take some profit off the table. But as long as retail investors are getting into the space, mass adoption continues, I'm not worried that we're going to be entering an extended bear market. So the majority of people in the crypto space are going to try to time the exact top here of the bull market. And the majority of these people are going to miss it. They're going to end up holding their bags into a bear market, not having taken any profit off the table on the way up, not having any money to buy during the bear market, which is why I have a solid entry and exit strategy. I do want to be prepared and have that profit taken off the table, holding that in stable coins or USD. So when we do enter a flash crash like one of these, or we enter a bear market where things continue going downwards and then moving sideways for an extended period of time, at least I have extra money to dollar cost average, continue accumulating more cryptocurrencies for the very long term. So I have a very long-term approach to this. I did a tweet on this stating if you're just getting into the crypto space for quick profits, just to buy something, you're most likely going to be the person that gets dumped on. But if you're in the space for the long term, you have a good exit strategy, and you stagger your strategy here, buying major dips and taking profits on the way up, then you're most likely going to be much better off in the long term. So I do want to talk a little bit more about the fear and greed index for Bitcoin and why you should be paying attention to this. So there is an article stating extreme fear after Bitcoin lost 50K, Bitcoin fear and greed index at 5-month low. So the last time we were around this low was when the market crashed. It was the biggest crash since the market crashed mid-May as well. So that does have a lot of people spooked, but regardless, we're at end of year. Everyone is in pretty huge profit. We recently broke Bitcoin all-time highs again. There's so much stuff happening for mass adoption. I do not see the crypto space crashing and entering an extended bear market. Going forward, I don't think we're going to have these long 3 to 4 year bear markets as well until after the next Bitcoin halving. There's so many things happening. I think we will be seeing bear markets before the next Bitcoin halving, but they're going to be shorter, like a month to 6 months at a time, until major events happen in the space that does draw a lot of demand to the space again, especially with new COVID variants coming out. Inevitably, the governments are going to have to continue printing more fiat currency. That's going to continue increasing the rates of inflation, and increased rates of inflation just means it takes more USD to buy the same amount of cryptocurrency. So a lot of people in crypto actually use this fear and greed index as a gauge of where they should be buying and selling. So you just flip this: be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. Like Warren Buffett said, that will have you selling when you're on the way up and buying on the way down, which is part of my entry and exit strategy. Doing this long term, I've been extremely successful in this space, as well as the NFT space. So I think everyone that has a long-term goal here and isn't just jumping into the space trying to make a quick 10x to buy a Lambo or a house or something, these are the people that are going to make it in the long term. So I highly recommend, if you're new to this space, you sit down and make a long-term strategy, understand what your long-term goals here are, understand that there's going to be big flash crashes of 20 to even 50% at times of extreme fear, and then use that as part of your entry and exit strategy. So we do have some good news to go through as well, and then we will talk about NFTs at the end of the video. We have MicroStrategy buying the dip once again. They buy pretty much every single dip there is. They even buy on the way up. They have a very long-term vision here, and they see Bitcoin probably going to $1 million or more, and they're all in on this. It's crazy how much Bitcoin they now hold: 122,478 Bitcoin. They just bought $82 million more on this dip. So MicroStrategy's holdings are valued at more than $5.9 billion. So this scares a lot of people as well. One centralized company owning this much Bitcoin can crash the markets, but these guys are in it for the very long term. As you guys see, this is a huge vote of confidence from this company that they continue buying. There's no other company out there doing this. Imagine if we had 10 more companies like MicroStrategy buying up $50 million of Bitcoin or more on every single dip, which eventually is something we are going to be seeing. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually start seeing that by the end of 2022. And once that starts happening, it's going to kick in institutional FOMO at the same time. That will trigger retail FOMO, and that's when we get a parabolic blow off top in a bull market. In my opinion, that's when things are going to get really crazy, seeing a few $100,000 Bitcoin. So whether that happens anytime soon, I don't think it's going to be in the next couple months here, and I do think we're going to be seeing a major peak in the bull market sometime mid to end 2022. So more good news there. It will be great to see other companies starting to buy as well, but regardless, more and more Bitcoin is being taken out of circulation by whales on every single dip. So Visa announces new crypto consulting service for merchants and banks. Visa is getting into cryptocurrencies as well as PayPal, MasterCard. We did have job applications from Apple and Amazon. We haven't really heard much more out of those companies, but regardless, these other payment processors are adding crypto payments, and this is huge. More accessibility means more people will be holding cryptocurrencies and dollar cost averaging, taking that out of circulation. The more accessibility we have, the better crypto is going to do as a whole. So definitely great news. Great to see this. They probably will be rolling out more services. If you guys don't remember, Visa actually bought a CryptoPunk that they're holding, which means they did buy the Ethereum to buy that CryptoPunk. So it's very possible they're going to be buying cryptocurrencies, but we do have confirmed that they are doing crypto-related services, which is great. So we have some big news for Chainlink. It is a couple days old, but I do want to highlight this because I do believe Chainlink is one of the most undervalued cryptocurrencies in the top 50. Former Google CEO is now a strategic advisor for Chainlink Labs. That's pretty huge. And if we do check out Chainlink on CoinMarketCap at currently around $20, and this did peak out over $50 back in May. So it does have over 2x potential, just returning to previous all-time highs. This was actually one of the best performers during the bear market. I did look for a good entry in this, and because we were in a bear market, I kept trying to get an entry point under $2 here in 2020, but it just didn't end up happening. And then of course it took off in a bear market, peaking out around $20, where it's currently at is just insane in my opinion, since we're in a bull market and this is such a huge project. So I do think that's quite undervalued here. Did actually peak out around $35 not that long ago, just a month ago. And it did peak or drop to under $15 when the market did bottom around July 20th. So Chainlink is a huge project. It was in the top 10 at one point, and I do think going forward, I will be doing great and providing great use case for the entire crypto community. The metaverse is using Chainlink. Lots of crypto projects are partnered with this. It's actually the project that gets the most partnerships in the entire space, if I remember that correctly. I think they average like 3 new partnerships per day, projects that are using the Chainlink Oracle. And that's only going to continue as we have cryptocurrencies developing and needing that type of service. The biggest oracle in the crypto space as well. So pretty crazy that actually dropped to rank 21 in coin market cap, under a 10 billion market cap, seeing as it did peak around $20 back during the bear market. So besides that, I actually did pick up EOS on the dip. There has been some various news on EOS, both good and bad. So I will be doing a separate video. I know I have been saying that, but especially with all the new developments, I do want to cover this and give you guys my thoughts. But the bullish exchange is getting very close to launching. They actually made an announcement not that long ago that it is live for institutional investors now. And that means they're not far from going public. They are using the EOS.io blockchain. And every transaction is being logged on that, since there is an aspect of decentralization to that bullish exchange. So I do expect that bullish exchange to launch to the public at some point in the next few weeks. I do think that announcement alone will bring a lot of demand to the EOS token. So I will be doing that update very soon, trying to get that out before they make that announcement, and going over some of the bad news for that as well. Last news for the day before we talk about NFTs, Coinbase adds ETH2 despite tomorrow's Ethereum upgrade postponing difficulty bomb. So these ETH2 delays continue, and that's been expected since they have been delaying for years. But they have to get this right. It's the biggest smart contract platform in the entire crypto space. So many people use this on a daily basis that they have to do this right. If something went wrong with that, it would crash the entire crypto space. So it's fine, in my opinion, that they're taking their time to get this done right. But hopefully at some point in 2022, we do get sharding and reduced gas fees. That's extremely necessary. We are having problems with platforms implementing Ethereum layer 2 solutions, just not working out how they would hope. But regardless, everyone keeps using the Ethereum network, which does show that other Ethereum competitors are just not prepared. Their third-party platforms need more time to develop. But if ETH2 does not launch before Cardano or Solana or one of these other competitors catches up to them, and they have much smaller gas fees, then the major users on Ethereum will start transitioning to a different platform. So there is a race to become the biggest smart contract platform in the space. Let me know what project you guys think is going to be the biggest Ethereum competitor in the comments below. All right, guys, so jumping into NFTs, quite a few things here I do want to talk about. I'll probably do a separate video on NFTs in the next couple days as well, because there's just a lot going on here. I do want to cover it. So CryptoPunks, like I said, biggest sale on a CryptoPunk today in terms of USD value, not in terms of Ethereum though. So Punk 4156 bought for 2,500 ETH, which is 10.2 million US dollars. Just insane when you consider that for one pixelated NFT. So usually when we have a massive sale like this for CryptoPunks, it brings a lot of attention to the NFT space in general. And then we start seeing other sets, blue chip sets specifically, that do start surging, like Bored Ape Yacht Club. People will go to the sets where they can get one cheaper that they do think will do well long term. I do think Bored Ape Yacht Club is going to flip CryptoPunks in floor price by the end of 2022. It's looking like it's going to happen some point in Q1. They are launching a cryptocurrency. They do lots of major events, and just a great team behind this that continues to deliver, and they don't overhype. So I definitely think that we'll be flipping CryptoPunks. So over the last week, we do have a lot of these Bored Ape derivative style projects surging as well. Ape Kids Club, AKC, has been surging, as well as Desperate Ape Wives. Lots of projects just riding the hype of other top projects. So you have to be very careful in these type of projects. They're probably going to surge in the short term, some of them, but just keep in mind, if they don't have a good team and they don't continue delivering value and utility in the long term, they're most likely going to start crashing and never recover. So lots of hype on these style of projects. Ape Kids Club at 1 Ethereum. This was higher yesterday. But these type of projects do have a lot of hype around them for some reason. Personally, I've only invested in one derivatives project and it's not doing that great, and I just like the art of it. That's why I did that. Desperate Ape Wives at 1.5. I do believe this passed 2 Ethereum floor price at one point. Basically just derivative style projects of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So riding that hype wave does work for a lot of projects. We're seeing that a lot with these NFT games as well. But the thing I like about the NFT games like Wizards and Dragons, Wolf Game, Gold Hunt Game, they all have their own unique lore and storyline behind them, building out their own utility and adjustments to the smart contract. So at least it's not just a copywriting the hype of the art. So Wizards and Dragons, pretty much the top NFT project right now. I personally only got into Gold Hunt Game, which actually just released a new roadmap. We'll talk about that. I think it's great seeing this project having long-term goals, basically showing that they have stuff planned up until Q3 of 2022. And I really like to see that. It does boost confidence, because the thing with these games, there's a lot of fear around them, because if you check out how quickly the NFT total item count is growing, does cause a lot of fear in the project. People take profits early on, but if you get a project that knows how to continue building and adding utility for the token and the NFT, then the project can continue growing, and then people are less fearful, more likely to not take as much profit, and that's generally a good sign of a good project like this for the long term. So Wizards and Dragons game, I don't hold any of these, but this has been doing great. It does have some big supporters behind it. But as you guys can see, people are not buying this for the art. And basically how this works is you buy NFTs, you stake them, you earn a cryptocurrency for the project, which you then use to mint more of these. And then you have a 10% chance of minting dragons in the Wizards and Dragons. And then you have a 10% chance of minting pirates in the Gold Hunt game. And those basically have various benefits and utilities. And that really depends on the project that you're looking into. So Wizards and Dragons have been doing great, much higher floor price, so much higher total NFT item count already. Gold Hunt game, I did buy into. It's the only one I'm really trying the waters with this style of project. As you guys can see, this is a much lower floor price, especially with that announcement of this new roadmap. I think it's pretty undervalued here, but keep in mind, extremely high risk. You do have to be careful with these type of projects, but I do recommend joining the Discord for Gold Hunt game, getting familiar with everything that they're doing. Check out the long-term roadmap here, and then just make a decision on your own, because these are very high risk. But personally, I have been staking. I'm going to continue staking long-term. I like to see that they do have this long-term roadmap. It makes me much more confident to continue holding and not have to take profits in the next week or two. All right, guys, so last news for the day. Pepsi is making a Genesis NFT collection. Total amount just under 2,000, because that's the year Pepsi was born. So pretty interesting. I see a lot of people getting upset about this because a big company doing NFTs, but this is necessary for mass adoption, whether you like it or not. Every big company will be in the NFT space and in the metaverse, because that's where the future is headed. That's where social media is headed, which is why I always emphasize how important it is to do your research and find these good blue chip NFT sets and hold them out for the long term, for when the metaverse goes mainstream. That's when we're going to have peak volume, and that's when these blue chip NFT sets are going to be worth life-changing profits. So good to see more companies like this. I'm not going to try getting one, but it will bring more demand and awareness to the NFT space. And like I said, this is going to become the norm, where we do start seeing all of these big companies jumping into the NFT and metaverse. So that's pretty much it for the video. Real quick update here. I did launch a POAP for JRNY Club holders, JRNY Club ahead of the herd. This is basically just a badge that's an NFT, and basically stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol. I will be doing multiple of these throughout 2022. They will add up to something in the long term. I don't want to drop too many hints on that. Besides that, we just broke 7,700 unique holders in the JRNY Club for a 10K set. That's amazing. And I keep in mind, I still have those 500 JRNY NFTs for giveaways and contests I will be doing throughout 2022. And that will put us at the highest holder count out of any 10K set in the entire NFT space, which is a huge achievement. So really looking forward to that. Besides that, the only other project is Crypto Dads, and I believe they required everyone to spread out their NFTs to get an airdrop. So I do believe we're actually the highest holder count right now for actual real holders. So I do want to show you guys a quick art update as well. If you guys want to get updates on the project, but you don't have an NFT, join the Journey Club Discord, and there is a public announcement channel there. You can get frequent updates on the art and everything else. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about it too much here on YouTube, so you do have to join up in Discord. I do giveaways there for the public as well if you do want a chance at getting a Journey NFT. So as you guys can see, this is the art for the upcoming Journey set. Super excited about this. This is my favorite art style out there. And once you guys see the actual NFTs, I really think everyone is going to be blown away by this, and I'm really excited to launch this. I have lots of utility planned for this as well. I will be dropping some more previews throughout the next couple weeks here, and we are getting very close to the art being finished for the entire set. There's a lot of epic one-of-ones in this set as well. Super excited about that. So that's it for today's crypto and NFT update. I hope you guys found it useful. Don't forget to follow me over on Twitter. I'm going to be doing a lot of Journey NFT giveaways for the holidays. I'm also actually going to be launching a Yakuza Cat NFT giveaway worth a few $1,000s. A really awesome one that's really rare. And I will be posting that sometime later tonight. So hop over to my Twitter if you guys do want to participate in that. Also, I do appreciate if you guys like the video. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on the crypto NFT space and where we're headed. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for regular videos. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.